The book of Isaiah, chapter 57, and verse 20 in the NLT. But those who still reject me are like the restless sea, which is never still, but continually churns up mud and dirt. There is no peace for the wicked, saith my God, Yahweh Shema Shah. The book of Amos, chapter 5, and verse 20 in the NLT. Yes, the day of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah will be dark and hopeless without a ray of joy or hope. The book of Isaiah, chapter 32, and verse 12 in the NLT. Beat your breast in sorrow for your bountiful farms and your fruitful grapevines, for your land will be overgrown with thorns and briars. Your joyful homes and happy towns will be gone. The place and the city will be deserted, and busy towns will be empty. Wild donkeys will frolic, and flocks will gaze in empty forts and towers, watchtowers. All praises to Yahweh, Bashem Shah, Wahara Kakadash. My honors to the elders and the apostles, and the great millstone, Shalom to the hopeful elect, and the seeking to be the elect of the nation of Israel. They're scattered abroad amongst the heathen, some looking like the heathen, begin with the 144,000 preachers, teachers, and prophets, Shalom. By convenience. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I was doing it. By convenience. By convenience. By convenience. But men, women, and children, most definitely women. By convenience. And that's what we just read, and it's upon the wicked. All right, it's upon the wicked. Got this quick video right here. It says high gas prices impacting ride share and delivery drivers. You see, so people doing Uber and what's the other one? I forget the other one. DoorDash, all that stuff. Hey, they ain't making enough money. People ain't tipping. People ain't got the money to tip. People don't have the money to go to the store themselves to get the food. So, therefore, they ain't tipping. How about Shema Shah breaking this place down, man? All right, it's breaking it down. All right, I'm going to just play the video. This is the time we in. By convenience.
When you're using your own vehicle, you're pretty much covering everything yourself. So that hurts your pockets more than it helps.
The rising gas prices hurting Uber, Lyft, DoorDash drivers big time. No one spends more time at the pump than them, cutting directly into their profits.
And they now have to work harder and smarter. Your reporter Dylan Fearon is live in Glastonbury to explain. Dylan.
Hey, Aaron. Hey, Stephanie. Good evening to everybody. The state average today in Connecticut is just under $4.60 a gallon. The Shell here in Glastonbury, a few cents under that, but still really tough to look at. And the drivers we've spoke to today say it's really been a struggle lately. This parking lot near Bradley International Airport is full of rideshare drivers waiting for flights to come in. They know people will need rides, and they're not wasting gas driving around.
A lot of these guys sit out here because it pays better to sit out here than try to ride around and pick up rides in most circumstances.
Ricardo Donaldson's been an Uber driver for 10 years, frustrated that fuel costs now make up a larger share of his daily earnings.
It'd be beneficial if there's some way that they would add that into the cost of what they pay.
Megan Dwyer is off to pick up another DoorDash order in Rocky Hill. We caught up with her. Where else? At the gas station.
The one thing I do not like is how many times I have to fill up my gas tank.
Megan's reliable, a 5-star DoorDash driver with more than 1,000 deliveries, but it's been tough recently.
Depending on how much I make during the whole day, it's like I put gas in to make it back, and then it's just...
Megan's shaking her head because 3 months ago, the state average for a gallon of gas was under $3. Today, it's just under $4.60. DoorDash is helping out with a gas price relief program, giving their drivers up to 10% cash back on gas.
I don't think people realize you're driving everywhere, you know what I mean? Like the gas prices, be more thoughtful of the work and time and money that the drivers actually put in order to get you stuff.
Drivers are working more hours and are being more selective with orders to try and offset that increased expense.
But even for me, I feel like words of just anything, a thank you, great job, like, you know, or an extra couple bucks works for me.
Now, Uber and Lyft also have cashback rewards programs, Stephanie and Aaron, but these Uber and Lyft drivers say it's still not enough. I'm your reporter, live in Glastonbury tonight, Dylan Fear, Channel 3, Eyewitness News.
By convenience, man. Got another video too. I'm gonna watch it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna show you first. Where is it? Right here.
If
Deadly V hits home, prepared to quarantine. Watch his face. But I'm gonna finish watching the whole thing though. I'm only, let me see. Yeah, I'm only like 20 seconds in. It's about Snyder Reports 14 hours ago. Now it's in Nebraska. Watch his face after after the man say we're not prepared. I want you to see my man's face. Yeah, I might just play it through. Check this out. Bye-bye, peace and comfort.
If Hanta V, if it spreads, are we prepared? Well, that's a really good question. And I'd actually say the answer is no, we are not.
we are not prepared. Here in the United States, we are not prepared. This is...
You see that? You are not prepared. All right? Babylonians are not prepared. 2/3 of Israel are not prepared. Us as a hopeful elected, seeking to be elected in the nation of Israel, or the nation of Israel, through Yahweh Shema Shai, waking us up to this truth, man. Hey, as I like to say, by way of the Holy Spirit, 2/3 of Israel, you're going to find out why it's important to be in this truth. Because as true believers of Israel, we're comforted by way of the Holy Spirit. All right, which is by way of Yahweh Shai, you know, which is of Yahweh Shai, you know, through the heaven, which is from the Heavenly Father, Yahweh through Yahweh Shai, you know. So everybody walking around, everything normal, and they just hip hop, and it's spreading. That's in Nebraska. All right, you can whistle like hell you took heed, as it says, 2 Corinthians 9. I'm going to just play it through. I'm going to let that joint ride. I'll put a link to this video in the description box so you can subscribe.
Coming from the former White House COVID coordinator, he says we are not prepared. That's troubling, but look what's happening. The 17 remaining American passengers aboard the MV Hondius, the Hanta virus hit cruise ship, they're going to be quarantined in Nebraska. That is what we learned just today. Obviously, people
in Nebraska, a lot of food come from Nebraska, man. You know, a lot of beef. You know, so hey, we don't know how that. You know, hey, these people quarantine and they can't go to work. So hey, that's gonna affect the food supply chain, man. You know, and prices gonna go up more. I mean, I'm just saying, pointing it out by what the Holy Spirit.
People are a little bit concerned. The CDC is going to have them at their facility in a quarantining process. This will likely go on for several weeks. And the reason why is simple.
Now, it says 17 more people are going to quarantine in Nebraska. But hey, they could easily say it's gonna spread within Nebraska. That's why I said what I said as far as it can affect the food supply chain, you know, and coming from Nebraska. So hey, these people quarantined in Nebraska remaining 17, which the number then shot up from 7, shot up another 10. You know? So hey, again, we're gonna sit back and see how this thing play out, man. And these people are panicking already. 2/3 of Israel, you through. You already talking about putting covering your face, keeping your distance 6 feet. Hey man, no comfort.
Hantavirus. It doesn't show symptoms for several weeks. And that's where people are freaking out. That people are asymptomatic. They're not testing positive yet. That's the problem. Huge issue. I want to play something for you. Listen to this.
And people can start bugging out. And people start coughing and stuff and saying, hey, don't come near me. Hey, don't come to my house. I don't want no company. Which I don't like company anyway. But that's what people gonna be doing. All that hacking and clacking, that coughing and stuff. And nose wiping. You know. You sneeze wrong. Y'all know how it was when doing CV. You know. Hey, people were getting knocked off in the stores for saying stuff. Popping in the face. Sent back to the spirit world. People were getting altercations because of the stuff. If Esau, if you have about Shema Shah like Esau to use it this time, which I pray he does, hey man, it's gonna be worse than that.
This morning, at least 6 people in the U.S. and 24 from other countries are being monitored for signs of hantavirus after departing the MV Hondius cruise ship a few weeks ago. Now, health officials say so far, those Americans do not report any symptoms. It's very much, we hope, under control. For the first time Thursday, President Trump addressed the response to the deadly hantavirus outbreak on a cruise ship with more than a dozen Americans on board. A lot of great people are studying it. It should be fine. We hope. Congresswoman Janelle Bynum shared that one of the passengers is an Oregon doctor who has been providing medical support to others on board. In a letter to the State Department and CDC, she wrote, the 17 Americans on board, including my constituent, are being abandoned by their government. They have no guidance and no support to ensure their safe return home. This all comes as global health officials are scrambling to track down passengers who departed the MV Hondius weeks ago. The cruise operator says nearly 30 passengers from at least 12 countries, including 6 Americans, left the ship during one of its first port stops in St. Helena before the hantavirus was suspected.
Now, I'm going to show you something, okay? This is a little bit concerning because we do not know the numbers. Watch this.
State authorities say 1 passenger is now home in Arizona, another in Virginia, 2 in Georgia, 2 in Texas, and an unknown number are back in California. Health officials say none of them are showing any symptoms of hantavirus.
We have an unknown amount of people back in California. It's unknown. We have 1 in Virginia, 2 in Texas, 2 in Georgia, 1 in, Nevada, and an unknown number in California. Are you kidding me? So when they tell us that, yes, they are urgently tracking down these people, we have an unknown number in California. So how do we have an unknown number, yet we are confident we are tracking down every single person? That's the issue. Let's keep watching this, though.
Just hypothetically, if hantavirus, if it spreads, are we prepared? Well, that's a really good question. And I'd actually say the answer is no, we are not. We have had so much work that we did on building up surveillance to look for new disease outbreaks. We're pulling all that down. We've stopped investing in vaccines and treatments. That's a problem. So we got to get our act together and get prepared, because if it's not Hanta, it's going to be something else down the road, and we should be much more prepared than we are.
Only 1% people can solve this puzzle. It helps to improve your IQ level.
Else down the road, and we should be much more prepared than we are.
And don't forget, when Trump got in office, he pulled back from the World Health Organization. We reported on that yesterday.
Okay. So here's what's happening right now. You know how I just showed you this right here? The 17 American passengers are going to be quarantined in Nebraska. It says, a team from the Centers for Disease Control, or the CDC, and Prevention will meet the passengers in the Canary Islands before they are sent to Nebraska for quarantine, according to the agency. So they're going to meet them in the Canary Islands. Now, here's the problem, and this is a huge problem. It is potentially, this evacuation on the ship could be called off. Look at this. It says evacuation of hantavirus-stricken cruise ship could face delays due to bad weather. We just learned that a short while ago, that if this ship is, and it's going to have about a 24-hour window come, I think 12 a.m. or 12 p.m. on Sunday morning. I don't know when. I don't know if it's 12 a.m. or 12 p.m., but 12 o'clock on Sunday. They are saying that that's when they are anticipating they will be there. Let me read this to you right here, though. It says the evacuation of hantavirus-stricken MV Hondia's cruise ship must be completed within 24 hours of the vessel reaching Tenerife on Sunday, or face days or even weeks of delay due to bad weather. They will not be able to disembark if they don't meet that deadline because of weather. That is extremely concerning, okay? Again, it's at 12 o'clock. We don't know exactly when, because that's all we're hearing is 12 o'clock. Okay. Here's the other problem. And again, it's a major problem. People over in Tenerife are already protesting, saying, we do not want those people here. Take them somewhere else. Okay, take them anywhere else. We are, sad that we have to do this, but we have to be concerned with us. That's 150 souls on board, or 149, excuse me. But now the concern is this going to impact everybody else? That's the problem. This article from ABC News says, hantavirus live updates. CDC will bring Americans back to quarantine unit. Okay? They will be coming back to the quarantine unit. Let me read you one last thing, though. Okay? Actually, let me play you something. This is President Trump when he was asked about it earlier on today. Listen to this.
Yes, I have. Well, I think you're going to be told everything, and you already have. It's very much, we hope, under control. It was the ship, and I think we're going to make a full report about it tomorrow. We have a lot of people, a lot of great people studying it. It should be fine. We hope.
Should be fine, we hope. That's what he said just yesterday. Now, why is this a problem? Okay? Why should we be concerned with this when it looks like the CDC and the World Health Organization are figuring this out? Here's what we know, okay? If this is going to be the next pandemic, if this is going to take thousands of lives, additional lives, now obviously it's a huge concern. But what we are hearing is this, that the hantavirus is very similar to that of COVID, to that of influenza, where it can mutate very quickly. And so even though we think we are figuring out the strains, and the Andes strain is the one that is transmissible from person to person, even though we think we're figuring this out, the problem is the strains are mutating. So according to health officials, they say that is what we're trying to avoid. So here's the thing. According to reports, and again, I am no scientist, I'm not a healthcare professional at all, okay? I'm just going to tell you what healthcare professionals are saying, and experts are telling us. They are saying that as long as one person has the hantavirus, it will not mutate within their body, within their system. But when it gets transmitted to somebody else, that's where the mutations happen. Okay, that's where the strain can mutate. And that's why we want to not only save a life, but that's why we need to make sure we can nip this in the bud as soon as possible. We cannot wait. We have to figure this out immediately. Which is why the CDC, whether these Americans want to or not, if they want to come back into the United States, they have no other choice. They have to quarantine in Nebraska under the watchful eye of the CDC for however long it takes. If it's 1 week, if it's 2 weeks, if it's 4 months, they have to that's their only option. This is what another expert is telling us, that as of right now, the concern is that these viruses, these strains, are likely going to quickly mutate, but we do not know how bad is or how effective would any medication be to the hantavirus, for one, which as of right now, we're hearing that we wouldn't have a vaccine for this for potentially a decade, unless the government step in and fund the entire operation, like they did with COVID. The second thing they're telling us is we do not know what the mortality rate is. Currently, okay, with the most known hantavirus strain, it is between 20 to 40%. Obviously, that's concerning. But if it mutates, does that mean the mortality rate increases or does it decrease? Again, we have no clue. That's the problem. I want to show you one other thing, because this is actually starting to create some fear, okay? I just want to show you something, because this was actually from a couple weeks ago, okay? I want to show you this, so look at this right here.
Sorry for the promotion.
Nobody could unscrew the hand. Nobody.
This was actually from a couple weeks ago, okay? I want to show you this, so look at this right here.
Hey, does Info get some type of notification about? Yo, even the paper towels, yo. Hey,
Okay, why am I showing you this? It's actually for two different reasons. Number one, is this because stores are preparing for the hantavirus? The answer right there is actually no. Okay, as of right now, as of May 8th, the answer is no. But retailers are preparing for a supply chain shock. Okay, for two different reasons. Number one, because of oil prices over in the Middle East, the whole conflict there, we're creating issues here in the United States. Number two, truckers are not able to make deliveries like they once did because of the cost of diesel. Again, another issue because of what's happening over in the Middle East. So, to answer that question, are we seeing retailers like your Costco's, your Walmart's, your Target's, your Sam's Club, are they starting to stock up on water and toilet paper and other necessities like that? The answer is yes, they are starting to stock up on it, and it could actually run out quickly because of supply chain shocks, not necessarily because of the hantavirus. But the reason I'm telling you that is because I already got messages from people, and somebody sent me this, okay, which again is a couple weeks old. But they are saying that they are going to the store and they're buying, just cases of water. They're buying packs of toilet paper. They're going to go get, boxes of rice and beans and things like that. And these people are panic buying. Do not panic buy at this time. I'll tell you if you need to go and buy stuff. But as of right now, we are not seeing any signs that the entire population of the United States needs to rush out there and go buy everything in sight. Don't do that yet, because we don't need it. But you should have a healthy amount of water, toilet paper, rice and beans, just because it makes sense, not because we need to panic. So, as soon as we get more information as to this hantavirus, what this is doing, and who this could potentially impact, I promise I'll bring you all the latest news and updates as soon as possible. But all I ask is two things. First, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. Second one, click that subscribe button so you never miss an update, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
As the U.S. awaits.
My fault. But yeah, if they starting to stock up, like the store starting to put everything out on the shelves like that, and people panic buy, and the shipments ain't coming in, then they're letting you know that they're putting out what they already got. And that's going to cause more shortages. And things aren't going to be coming in like that. That's going to lead to chaos, and shortages, and higher prices, and rationing. Okay? Hey, if they use this hantavirus, and they had these people quarantined, hey, you already know, bye-bye jobs, and it's really going to shut everything down. All right? It's going to shut everything down. All right? And also, and don't forget Tom Homan. Hey, they not They not stopping with ICE in them, man. He already said they're gonna start back up. So hey, with everyone home, that's that's the best time to send troops around, and regardless if they masked up or whatever they got on biohazard suits, whatever. Hey, it's easy to go to people's crib and snatch people up while they're already home. Okay, I can see them going to people's houses, scanning them to see if they sick and things of that nature. All right. I'm not saying it's gonna happen like that, but I can see that happening. You know. Let's get second Edge 16 and where is it? Second Edge chapter 16 and verse 68. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols. That's been in these prisons, man. Okay. And hey, there could be quarantine centers too. So we don't know. We're gonna see how everything gonna play out. And you best believe you see how it's starting now. I wouldn't doubt that they try to say, hey, they already said this in they first said it was in Texas, Arizona, and California. Who over there primarily? The Northern Kingdom, so-called Hispanics, Latinos, Native Americans. You see? Then they said it's in Georgia. Who over there? Nothing but Negroes, but a lot of them are actually Reubenites and Gadites who don't know that they Southern Kingdom, but I mean Northern Kingdom. But hey, so you see how they hitting certain areas, man. So hey, watch out for this stuff, man. Hey, stay prayed for the names and have a shalom.